Okay, so g'day, and today we are looking at some Bermudan coins, and these are proof coins, so we're going to review them and we'll check out some of the, no, we won't check out any values. I'll just say straight away, these ones out of the actual proof set, you'll be paying at least $150 for a proof set with the case. Without the case, obviously substantially less, and these ones probably about $40 or $50. The most expensive one will be the $2. It was not issued for circulation. So all these have business strike, which are just coins issued for circulation, and there is no 50-cent coin. Now with this set, there is also a $5 and $10 silver coin, but for some reason a lot of the sets have the $5 and $10 taken out. I would say is that they've removed them because you get a lot more value by selling these coins singly. So you could get at least $200 to $300 if you sell these singly, and you'll find that a lot with uncirculated and proof sets. They just break them up, because selling them all the coins like this is really, you get less money than you sell them individually. Okay, so the obverse of this coin, they're all the same, and this is the first year of issue of Barbados coins. Before that, they used the coins of the East Caribbean, and here's a 10-cent from the East Caribbean, and they separated to just gain more independence. Plus, if a country issues their own coins, they get a thing called signage. So it's the difference between the face value of the coin and the cost of the cost of minting the coin. So in case of this one, $2 1973 would probably be probably about $10 now, and minting one of these coins probably, I'd say 50 cents at the maximum. It's quite a big coin. So then you've got $9.50 you'll be making out of this coin. That's just a guess. I'm not too sure how much this actual $2 costs to mint. Okay, so we, on the front of the coin, which is the obverse, we had the coat of arms of Barbados. So we have this weird looking fish here. This is supposed to be a dolphin, but it looks more like a mythological creature, especially from China. It could be based on I don't think it's based on indigenous Americans or even African. It's more based on Asian. Then we have a pelican, which worldwide, and the earliest pelican that evolved was about 36 million years ago. Very interesting, the evolutionary history, as well as dolphins. Okay, we have a head of a knight, so the actual helmet, and that probably is to represent the United Kingdom. We have some reefs going around there, not too sure what plants they are. Here we have a black hand, so an African American, or an indigenous, not an indigenous Caribbean, just a former slave, and he's holding two sugar canes. So usually when someone holds their hand up like that, it represents victory. And the sugar cane was where the main slave area, so they not only worked on sugar cane, but the largest industry was sugar cane. And then we have the shield, and we have the motto. So pride and industry is the motto. On the shield we have 3 plants. So 2 of them, the flowers, are the pride of Barbados. So that's a plant that occurs all around the Caribbean. And here we have a bearded fig, which also occurs all the way, I think it occurs all the way down to Paraguay. So it's quite extensively. So that's radiated quite a lot recently. So it's interesting because plants radiate, they become common, they diversify, then the species start to die out, and if it doesn't evolve, it dies out itself. Now, as for what's represented on the coins, we have a bronze coin of 1 cent. This has not been in circulation since, I think, about 2012, so the same year that Canada withdrew their 1 cent coin. So the 1 cent coin's no longer circulating, but it has a trident. No, Poseidon's trident. On the 5 cent coin, which is still a current coin, we have the South Point Lighthouse. So the South Point Lighthouse was brought to Barbados in 1852. And if you go there, you can't actually go on the lighthouse itself, but you can walk around it. So, and then you've got the sun, and you also got the clouds. So that's an interesting feature. On the 10 cent, so this is a 2.26 grams, 17.8 millimeters copper nickel coin. So all the rest are copper and nickel. This one has a laughing gull, so it's a seagull. Australians know seagulls. We have the Pacific gull, which is the large one, mainly down in Tasmania, and we also have the silver gull. On the 25 cent, we have a windmill. So that is the Morgan Lewis windmill. It was built in 1727, and it's actually one of only 2 windmills that are still working in Barbados. The $1 has a flying fish, and this is the only coin I know that has a flying fish. If anyone knows of any other circulating coin, there's probably quite a few commemorative coins of flying fish. Let me know down below. That would be great. And it's the national fish of Barbados, so that's why it's on it. If you go to Barbados, this is the larger version of the coin. It is a, let's have a look. It's a 10 gram, 28 millimeter. The current $1 coin is a about 26 millimeters, so 2 millimeters shorter, and only 6 grams. So they've shaved 4 grams of metal off that coin. Okay, the $2 coin, so this doesn't circulate. We have coral, we have 2 fish, and I'm not too sure what type of fish they are, but looking on the internet, this is probably a triggerfish, although someone's gonna correct me because I know I'm wrong here. And this one, it's a bit hard to know which fish it is, but I'm going to say this one's something like a damselfish or whatever. I'm looking on the internet, there's no real fish that looks exactly like it, so it's probably some stylistic endeavour done by the engraver of the coin. Now, who designed this coin? Well, we'll find out. Philip Nathan. So he designed all of these coins. You can find the information on Numista. And the current known mintage of this coin set is 97,000. So there's proof coins. Now you do get matte coins, so they don't have the frosting, so that's what makes these a proof. You have the backgrounds being highly polished, and there's only 3,000 matte. And this coin series in proof was minted by the Franklin Mint. So if you pick up one of the coins, we always look at that. So here we have the initials of the actual coin designer, and on the other side we have a mint mark here, so that's a Franklin Mint. So all of these coins should have a mint mark. The circulating coins don't have the mint mark and are most likely minted at the Royal Mint. So here's the flying fish, and you can see it has a little bit of corrosion. So these ones are taking out protective cover, and they're being stored improperly, so they started to corrode. That's the copper reacting with the atmosphere. So the $1 has no milling, and here we have the Franklin Mint bearer. Okay, the 25 cent, you can see a lot more of the corrosion. So copper and nickel, these coins go brown when they tone. So when you find metal detecting finds, you see that a lot of them have gone brown. So that's the color that these coins in. As you can see, this one doesn't look too good, although it makes the windmill look a bit better. Okay, sorry about that. Can't zoom in past 4 times. Okay, so that's the problem you're going to find with these coins if you take them out. And when you look at the reading, you can see that it's quite sharp, and it feels sharp when you touch it. There's a frosting. Let's have a look at the 10-cent coin. Don't see much problem with that, and because they've been taken out, they also can scratch as well. So because these ones are made in a higher quality, you shouldn't have any rotations or many errors. Any errors would have been inspected. These coins would have been inspected one by one, and they would have been tossed aside. Probably a few kept for reference by the Franklin Mint. So let me know if you like this proof coin set. Now, I'm not into proofs, and this one is currently for sale on eBay. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and take care.